Good morning, folks. Man, if I could put smells on the video, I would really be serving my audience, albeit limited, really well. It smells so good. I'm just kind of checking out the root structure here, getting ready to harvest these. They're almost at These are almost at full bloom. They still got a little green in there, but for the most part they're purple. I'm gonna give it another week or two. This one hasn't quite opened up yet, but you want to time it to where it's ideal to harvest. So how do we know when it's time to harvest our phenomenal lavender? Well, when about 30% of all the buds on the plant have completely opened, this one is ready to harvest. You want to do that because you want them still early in the season, because the essential oils and the fragrance are at its most potency. So that's why you want to do it young. You don't want to wait till, a month from now. You may still have some color, but the oil potential or potency is down. Other tips for cutting your lavender: ideally you want to do it first thing in the morning when the dew, when these have dried out and there's no dew on the flowers and stuff. Read that creates less stress for the plant. But how do you tell the difference between an open and closed bud? Well, if you look at this one, it's purple, still got some green on there, but it's separated. Each petal has separated from the spike. Whereas if you look at this one here, it's completely closed still. Now, if I give that enough time, this will open, but the rest of the plant will have passed its peak potency. So I would want to harvest this plant here. In fact, I will probably in a couple days. I just want to give it just a couple more days because we got warm weather, no rain, and I just want to see if it performs any different. So these are my 2-year plants here. My 1 year are right here, and they have a couple flowers on them which even have separated and ready to probably cut, but you would not want to harvest these necessarily. You want to just trim all this up and put the energy back into the root system. The first year you should not harvest any flowers. Just kind of early. It's probably actually a little late here for me to trim these back, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that today. But yes, the first year you don't want to necessarily harvest anything till the second year. First year, just going to reshape the plant and put all the energy back into the root system. That way they look more like this next year. See how this is just a massive plant. It's even going to get thicker and woodier. I mean, this is almost semi hardwood in here. It's really thick, and so that's what I did last year, was just trimmed it up and didn't harvest anything. So when we harvest these, what we want to do is, and I'll do this when I'm ready to harvest, but I'm just kind of want to give it a quick example. Ooh, there's a couple bees. You want to take about 10 to 15 spikes and cut them off. You know, and then bundle, well, you do it with the whole plant, but then you bundle about 10 to 15 spikes together. And then ideally what you want to do is hang them upside down in a cool, well vented area, like maybe a basement with a fan on, because that removes the moisture and preserves the fragrance and the essential oils. Also keeps from any mold from occurring, so it'll last longer. The plant will last longer. And then you can use your dried lavender and different things like soaps and sachets and all different types of products once you have dried lavender. So these are ready to go. Today is not the day though, simply because I don't have the time today, but right around the corner for sure. Hope you learned a little something about harvesting lavender. Sure is a beautiful morning. Next year, all my 1 years will be looking like this. So it'll just be massive, massive. The 1 years are doing good. Just got to trim them all up. Put all that energy back into the root ball, so that next year they can perform just like those. Hope you're having a great Sunday. And if you haven't started growing lavender, man, you just can't beat the smell. Man, so good for your skin, so good for your psyche, everything. It's a healing power. It's got healing power, this lavender. So anyway, hope you have a great Sunday. Last weekend I talked about when we want to harvest. I talked about the how to recognize when it's time to harvest, what the buds will look like. And here we have, it's a week later, and we are ready to harvest these bad boys. Yes. So what I want to do, I got my rubber bucket here, and so what we want to do is take our sickle. I just got this off of Amazon, and take about 10 to 15 of the stems and simply rake through it. And when you do, you will smell and feel the essential oils on your hands. It's amazing. It's amazing. So we got, I don't want to do all these because I really like the bees, and the bees are loving these. Back there's one there, and I don't want to take their habitat away just yet. I got enough with probably 8 to 10 of these that I can get some great stems off of, but I want to leave these bees have their habitat for a little while. So we just want to take 8 to 10 of them, break through, and you can make quick work of it. If you had extra set of hands, you really could get through these quick, but I have to do it alone today. So then what we want to do, try and get these kind of all going the same way, just for uniformity. So once I get them all going the same way, then what I'll do is take a rubber band and put the rubber band around these. This may be a little small of a bundle, but go ahead and put a rubber band around these and then hang this from a string. Let all this dry out. For probably anywhere, depending on what variety you're using, about a week to maybe even 4 weeks. in a kind of a as cool as you can. Like I said, I think earlier, maybe a basement or someplace that's well ventilated, get the air movement through there, and let them sit there and dry out. And then once they're dry, you'll be able to kind of roll these buds between your fingers and they'll just fall into your hand. That means that way then you can take the buds, and once they're dried out, and put them in soaps, put them in all types of different products and stuff like that. So we got to dry them out first. So this is step one. Well, this is step one. And what I'll do is, I already have some hanging. I'll show you, take you to my barn and show you what these look like hanging and drying. All right, here we go. So I strung it all the way across my barn in these bunches. Yeah, you can, they're already drying out. There's buds are falling on the ground. I did this about a week ago, so we got another couple weeks, I'd say. Some of them look kind of dry, but they're not falling in my hand right now, so they're not quite ready yet. But yeah, this is just one of the crops, one of the harvests. All right. And so once we have the buds in our hands, we want to take those and store them in a cool, dry area, maybe a glass container or some sort of metal container, until you're ready to use them in your products. One thing you could do for Christmas or birthdays or something like that, you could put the buds, the dried buds, into little bags and use them in sachets, like put them in your sock drawer or under your pillow or somewhere to get that fresh medicinal lavender smell, and it's very calming. And so that's another thing you can do with them. Be careful not to hit yourself in the knee or shin. It's rather sharp. You could open up a nice gaping wound. And if you're wondering, this is perfectly healthy for the plant. The plant needs to be thinned out like this and to get ready for the next season's growth. I'll probably even come back and take hedge clippers and round this, maybe in the fall or something like that, even more. So right now we just want to get the stems off. Oh, like I said, if I could offer you a smell, you would be very appreciative, because there's nothing like the smell. And these are, these actually have a woody feel to them. There's some pliability here, but these are pretty strong. And if you can see that, they're just beautiful. Oh, man, it smells so good. It's all over my hands. Just wonderful. These are great for high rates of essential oils. The lavender, or the phenomenal variety, is high in essential oils. And I don't have a way to distill. That's a purchase in the future, and I'll likely show you that as well, to distill the essential oils out of them And then also you can make what they call hydrosols. Well, it's not, you don't really make it, it's just, it's the water that when you extract the essential oil, the water that's left over is what you can make hydrosol out of. And what you can do with that is, you know, spray it on for skincare products, other things like that. People like that as a spritz on their face. I'll show you my time lapse I've been doing. I'll show you that up here right now. Yeah, so that's about 2 months worth of time lapse there, and hopefully you enjoyed that. Yeah, this is definitely a day's worth of work if you had to do all 268 plants. Well, some of them have not lived very well. Some of them have not progressed very well. But these have. So unfortunately, this will only happen once a year where you can harvest them. But yeah, get your money's worth the one time you do harvest them. And one day I'll have so many that I'll have a U-pick out here and people can pick their own. That way I don't have to do all this work. Now, you don't get a whole lot of essential oil out of probably all these plants you wouldn't get. I don't know, maybe 12 ounces. Yes, 12 ounces of essential oil. But the going rate for that pure of essential oil is rather high, so it's well worth doing. Not to mention beautiful night here. Beautiful night. 80 degrees. 80 degrees. We had storms yesterday. Came through and cleared everything out. Gave us a good water. Can't complain about that. Keep on finding some on the ground. Yeah. So we're ready to bundle these. That's a good bundle right there. Upside down. I'll take you to the barn and show you what I've already done because I already have some of these bundled. This is my haul for today. Like I said, I'm going to leave some for the bees. And I hope you learned something about lavender harvesting, and I'll continue to inform you on what I know. Hope you have a great day. Happy planting and happier nursing.